Following the clashes in the east of Jersey, women and their families left their homes to go to camps for displaced people and host families. Since 2020, the organization Talent of Indigenous and Rural Women, Marife Mama Vijijini, has committed to encouraging and supporting more than 292 households of internally displaced Indigenous and rural women and their host households victims of armed conflict which currently characterize the east of DRC, precisely in the territory of Nyiragongo, peripheral zone of the city of Goma, and in the territory of Masisi in locality around the edge of the Lake Kivu in the province of Northern Kivu. Bombing by armed groups have resulted in the destruction of public infrastructure, thus causing almost impossible to access to electricity and other sources of domestic energy, notably charcoal, which is no longer produced following the occupation of the park by armed groups, thus becoming a place where they lay down the law. Given this situation of domestic energy deficiencies, indigenous women found a way to replace charcoal and firewood with briquettes made from easily accessible household wastes. These briquettes are used for cooking, and to achieve this, the indigenous women have initiated another activity of manufacturing local braziers made from clay to which they give the shape of a bowl and which they adjust in a carcass made by hand scrap sheet metal base. Thanks to the production of briquettes and local braziers, the women managed to supply the city of Goma with domestic energy production used for cooking food while reducing the pressure on the Virunga Park by discouraging the felling of trees that the tree fellers used to transform into embers. Thus, thanks to this activity, the various displaced people no longer tend to look for firewood in the forests where they were exposed to dangers following the occupation of these territories by rebels and armed groups. Thanks to the income obtained from the sale of these briquettes and local braziers, these women managed to save in the Village Saving and Credit Association and invest in different income-generating activities such as sewing, poultry breeding, and rental of small plots of land. Considering themselves to be forest guardians, these women did not hesitate to do everything possible to preserve this sacred place threatened by deforestation and whose destruction involves global warming, poverty, famine, the disappearance of wildlife, and so on. Apart from empowerment activities, the organization Marife Mama Vijijini also promotes agricultural activities that respect ecological principles and continues to raise awareness among the local population to abandon archaic agricultural activities that cause the destruction of forest and biodiversity and to adopt new methods that respect agroecological principles. We would like also to point out that thanks to the activity of selling briquettes and local braziers, indigenous and rural women succeed in providing the displaced with solar energy, the access to electricity being almost impossible. For more information and details, visit our following websites: Indigenous and Rural Women Skills on Facebook, Marife Mama Vijijini on Twitter and YouTube, and finally, the link below will take you directly to our website.